Thank you for allowing me to raise this zero-hour notice under Rule 49A of the Rules and Procedure and Conduct of Business of Meghalaya Legislative Assembly under the caption Klem Kolar ILP Usha Ayau CM by Deputy CM Kolar Shinkia Tang Yaka MRSSA. So,
Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir. The issue of ILP is not new. As we all know, it has been started way back in 1979. Even though in the preceding year, the demand has been growing from days to days, especially under the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873. So just the past 1.5 years, on December 19, 2019, this very august House has passed a resolution that ILP has to be implemented in the state to protect the identity, protect the culture, so that the indigenous people of our state, they won't be outnumbered the people from outside. We know that every issues have merit and demerit. That is a fact. But we cannot deny that ILP being an issue which has been there in each and every topic of discussion of people of our state. There is a talk in circulation in social media, even it comes in the newspaper. On the 22nd of February 2021, in one Khasi newspaper, with big headline that either ILP or sixth schedule. This is a very worrying sign. Why I'm saying so? Because we cannot mix these two together, ILP and the sixth schedule that we are having since the inception of our country. We have the privilege for the land holding system, for the culture, through the sixth schedule, through the district council in our state, to look after the welfare of the indigenous people in its own parameter that has been duly entrusted by the Constitution of India. So that's why I want to be very categorical that the issue of sixth schedule should not be mixed or compromised with the demand of ILP. We need to sharpen more the teeth of the sixth schedule. We know the 125th Amendment, it's on its way. Different consultation with different stakeholders has been taken place. And we would like to see, because why I'm saying this, because we would like to see the district council within our state, through the sixth schedule, it will become an asset of the state, not a liability of the state. Having said so, the intention of bringing this zero-hour notice is to the government, through you, sir, is that the need of an hour to have an ILP in the state. We want a categorical response from the government through you, sir, whether this is the talk of the day and the people of the state of Meghalaya, they want to know whether we are going to get or not an ILP in our state. That is the question. We know on the same newspaper that I have been mentioned earlier, on the 22nd of February 2021, there has been mentioned that Meghalaya has already have Land Transfer Act, sixth schedule, MRSSA, and so on. But still, the demand is that we should have ILP, apart from having sixth schedule in our state also. That's why this very house, this very august house, that we have unanimously passed a resolution on the 19th of December 2019. So now, we would like to get a response from the Honorable Chief Minister that we are going to get or not ILP in our state. Number two, sir, after seeing the positive step And at the same time, while waiting for this issue for ILP to take place, the issue of Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act has been in place, this act, and we have seen through comprehensive mechanism, entry point has been set up at Umling, but it need to be more proactive how this issue has to be taken place at the ground. As per the Act, there should be a district task force to be headed by the Deputy Commissioner of the state of the district with 6 members in that committee, which comprise of the ADM, EAC, and the local authority, which include the headmen, to be in that committee, and they have to be regularly report to this committee, to the state government quarterly. Sir, the rules of MRSSA Act has to be in place. It has to be translated into language that can be easily understood in Khasi Hill, in Jainta Hills, in Garo Hills, because we know that different institutional head or the local authorities, being the headman, the Nokma, the Wahechnong, they don't understand English. So to know properly so that we can implement this act in letter and spirit, that this has to be translated and circulated to each and every villages so that they can follow this act accordingly. Why I'm saying this? Because we know, even if this act is in place, but if the Rangbashnong, they are not empowered, they are not aware of what to do, how to regulate who has entered the villages, it won't be possible for the act this come. Every house owner has to inform, register, be it a laborer, be it a teacher, be it a businessman, be it a shopkeeper. They have to be aware that they have to register to the local police station as per the act, and at the same time to report accordingly to the authority. Sir, another point is that the labor inspector and the industries department has to be very proactive to deal with the laborer coming from outside the state and inform the authority accordingly. There are EPIP in Bernihat, in Umyam. You have seen a chunk of laborer brought from outside the state. We don't know how many has been registered, how many has been informed to the authority. Now with the pandemic has been eased, so factories has opened again to normalcy. So we would like to see, to entrust that the labor inspector and the industries department has to be on their toes to look after that this issue has to be in place. At the same time, the affidavit as per Act, that Form A and Form B has to be filled in, acknowledgement has to be given to those people, it has to be strictly followed. So, what we want to see is that the Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act 2016 will be implemented in letter and spirit. We are happy to see, as I have said in the beginning of my remarks, that entry point have been started in Umling. We would like to see soon in Mendi Pathar, in Ratachara, and other entry points. So many entry points we are having. We would like to see that all this will be in place. At the same time, the exit point also has to be there. For example, if someone is entry from Umling, he will transit through the state, will go to Lower Assam, then exit point has to be in place somewhere in East Jainta Hill, so that we will get the proper number of people who have entered, who have transit through our state. Sir, through this Deputy Commissioner of each district need to activate all the headmen, all the Nokmas, the Wahechnong, so that they can cooperate together, so that we can see that this act will be in place. Lastly, sir, to sum up, we need to, as I have said in the beginning, that we need to strengthen the district council through 6 schedule. Number 2, we want to get a response from the government that ILP will be implemented or not, either we are going to get or not. And number 3, Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act 2016 has to be implemented in letter and spirit. Sir, with these few words, I will resume my seat, and I hope that we will get a categorical response from the government. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Chief Minister, please reply. Mr. Speaker, sir, I first of all would like to thank Shri Meralbon CM, the MLA from Nongpo constituency, who has tabled this 0-hour notice in this August House for discussion under the caption Claim Kular ILP Usha Ya U CM Bat Deputy CM Kular Shim Kya Thang Yaka MRSSA. So the state government has taken a serious view on the issue of implementation of ILP in the state. In response to the demands of various sections of societies like the NGOs in the state for implementation of ILP, the state government has held a series of meetings with organizations, NGOs and various committees were constituted to find out solutions to solve the problem of influx. A special session of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly was held on the 19th of December 2019, wherein the resolution to demand for the implementation of inner line permit was taken up. Consequently, the resolution was adopted and passed by the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, which unanimously resolved to urge upon the Government of India to implement inner line permit under Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873 in the state of Meghalaya, and further to move the Government of India for making necessary amendments to the aforesaid regulation for inclusion of state of Meghalaya in the preamble of the Eastern Bengal Frontier Regulation 1873. So the resolution was sent to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, for consideration via DO number POL.161/2012/PT/151, dated 23rd December 2019. So the Meghalaya Residence Safety and Security Act 2016 was passed by the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly and received the assent of the Governor on 26 September 2016. The objectives of the Act is to provide a framework of verification and regulation of tenants residing in the state of Meghalaya so as to enhance the security of the citizens of the state and to prevent breach of peace and maintenance of public order and establishment of facilitation centers. So the proposals for amendment of the Act was necessitated to strengthen the existing Act and to verify the persons who intend to stay in Meghalaya. The bill inserts a new section whereby all persons who wish to stay in Meghalaya for more than 48 hours have to register and furnish information as per the rules to be framed, while exempting certain categories of persons like passed by Meghalaya Legislative Assembly on 19th March 2020 and sent to the Honorable Governor of Meghalaya for his assent, and the matter is presently under discussion. So the Citizen Amendment Act 2019 came into force with the publication in the Gazette of India on 12th of December 2019. The Citizens Amendment Act 2019 shall apply to areas in the state not covered under 6th Schedule to the Constitution, i.e. the municipality of Shillong in para 20 of the 6th Schedule to the Constitution. To ensure that the entire state is exempted from the purview of the Citizen Amendment Act 2019, a resolution was unanimously passed by the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly on 16th of March 2020, urging upon the Government of India to exempt the entire state of Meghalaya, including the areas not covered under the 6th Schedule of the Constitution, from the purview of the said Act. The resolution was sent to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, for consideration via letter number POL.161/2912/PT/155, dated 16th of June 2020. So the government again approached the Union Minister on both the matters via DO number CM/UM/2020/21, dated 17/11/2020, and the state of Meghalaya is awaiting the response of the Government of India on the matter. Recently, during the visit of the Honorable Union Home Minister to the state on 23rd of February 2021, a memorandum was submitted in which the matter relating to the demand for implementation of ILP in the state is also included. From the above, it can be seen the government is taking all possible steps to urge upon the Government of India to examine and consider the proposal of the state governments. So apart from that, the Honorable Member has given a number of valuable suggestions in regards to MRSSA, in regards to the Labour Act, which was passed by the government of Meghalaya about a year back, which makes it mandatory for all migrant labourers to register. And as the Honourable Member and the House would know that the registration now process has been made online. So therefore, these kind of provisions are being made, and a number of steps are being taken. We have also completed the construction work of the Mendipathar entry point, which is at the station. So that construction also has been completed, and hopefully we'll be able to start that also very soon. And in the other entry points also, the construction will be started. So the facilitation centers in these locations also will come up soon. Apart from that, so many suggestions were given. I have noted all the suggestions given by the honourable members, and I hope that the above information that I have given satisfies the honourable member. Thank you, sir.